It's Thursday, and we're doing tech discussion this morning. And of course, my guys are here with me. We're looking at different eras. So we're getting the 90s view, on the 90s overview, and we're getting the 70s, 80s overview.
The 60s and 70s. The
All right.
grandpas.
Okay, so now CES 2020, of course, just held last week from Tuesday till Friday, 7th to 10th of January. Now, CES is Consumer Electronics Show. It is the #1 tech show in the world, organized by the Consumer Technology Association. It holds normally in Las Vegas. Now, what happens is that for CES, people come up with new gadgets. So they come to showcase their new gadgets. It's more or less like a showroom. Hey, what do you have? What new is coming up? What new is coming up? Let's get to see it. And then, so what we did was we got together some of the top gadgets in the different categories. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
We'll show you some of them, and then we talk about them.
Great.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, we have phones, we have TVs, we have ear plugs, earbuds, and all of that. That thing's so expensive. I was trying to get one the other day. But hey, come on, let's go with our first one. Let's go with our first one now. And yeah, that is a robot drone.
A robot drone.
50 minutes, thus setting a new industry benchmark. The V-Copter Falcon also benefits from a 3-axis gimbal for stable 4K video footage, along with a 7-kilometer transmission range and an extra pair of eyes for obstacle avoidance, plus clever auto-follow features for easy cinematic.
So it's just very short clips. So what happens is that, you know, there's a time when you wanted to take a very nice picture, you have to go with the helicopter, and then you see the cameraman and all of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've seen this pic mix, and they're like, those jobs are redundant when it comes to photography from height. The drone just does all of that.
It just does everything, and it's also very instructive how technology just completely reduces cost and cuts off major parts of what would have been an expense. So imagine hiring a helicopter to do an aerial shot of Lagos, for instance. You have to, I mean, even 10 years ago, you had to use a helicopter. But now it's completely different. You know, it's completely different now that you don't need a helicopter. You just stand at a particular location and just control it. Even with a 50K drone, you could do that.
Out, Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so let's take these two together. PC tablet coming up next, and sports tech, the latest. Let's take a look at this.
PC Race is actually a product that's had several years to mature. Dell's XPS 13 won its first Best of CS award when it first debuted back in 2015. Dell has kept up with the competition, so much so that we find ourselves awarding the XPS 13 yet another Best of award, this time for the 2020 edition. The newest XPS 13 has a taller 16:10 aspect ratio.
So I know that it's going to be, I'm planning to get a laptop, not very soon, because the kind of thing I'm looking at, the tablet PC. You saw that, Dell. Yeah. It's so slim now. You know, this was a feature of MacBooks, but now it's getting into the Windows PCs and all of that. Very slim, touch screen, full tablet mode, and all of that. Something else.
It's amazing. I mean, what's happening now, I think, in the past 3 years or so, is that the lines between mobile devices and PCs are blurring.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's all coming together now. So what's eventually going to happen is that everything's now going to eventually be all in one.
Yeah.
And the way it's going to be is that you can have it as a phone in your hand like this, and then expand it to form like a notebook or anything else that you want to do.
When you want to go get a PC or a laptop, what's the thing that you look out for the most?
To be honest, I never actually had to look out for anything. But now, you know, like we're saying, the 90s kids, the 80s and the 70s daddies, I would personally just want to buy that laptop because it folds.
Yeah,
because
that tablet
it's sleek,
mode.
because
Exactly.
it's cute, because I could actually touch. Because I could actually touch it with my hands.
Yeah.
I think that's super cool. And you know, we 90s kids, we are really all about what makes it cute, what makes it fashionable, what makes it trendy. So these extra things that they add is actually what pulls the attention and make you want to actually go get it. So I think I will save for this.
All right.
It's excellent. I mean, excellent products, lots of technology going into it.
All right, it is. There's still a lot more to come. We have sports tech, most unexpected, transportation tech. We'll just take more of that after this break.
Created in collaboration with Leica, no less, qualify for a Best Sports Tech category. But what if it were a camera designed to be used on the move in tricky environments? Insta360 has a lot of experience making 360-degree cams. Now the company has built a modular action camera. The mods include an extra battery, a 4K wide-angle lens, and more.
So you know about the GoPro series and all of that. Very little cameras, very high. What happens is that now you have higher resolutions. You can shoot 4K videos with even very small cameras. Very small cameras, underwater, very high places.
That's amazing. And
amazing resolution.
Especially with the 360-degree cameras as well.
So you've seen a 360 picture, right?
Yeah.
You know how it's like when you see on Facebook. So you see, and also you might have seen some new pictures where someone says someone uploaded a 360 picture. And you have to, you know, tilt your phone and you can see round the picture. You know, there's a kind of camera you use to take those kind of pictures.
I mean, those things are like great advances in technology that even our mobile devices can now do. So I think it's absolutely amazing.
All right, great. Up next is our most unexpected and transportation tech. Let's take a look at both of them together.
CES. But a car? Color us surprised. The company literally rolled out its Vision S concept EV on stage at its CES press conference. All told, it has 33 sensors across the interior and exterior of the car, with 360 reality audio capabilities and space for 4 passengers. While the car is unlikely to find its way onto roads...
So you saw that car. So what happens is that you can program your fingerprint into the car so that only you can open the door. So what happens is that light that you see, it comes in, it will scan your fingerprint. And so you can say, okay, I want only 4 people to enter this car at any point in time. So you just tap it and it comes out and then you can open it.
Nice.
That's apart from the many other
numerous. The
dashboard is just something else. So I don't know how you be driving that car, you know, you focus on the road.
Well, I mean, it's a
360 dashboard.
It's a self-driving car, so that makes it easier. And so if you were stuck in traffic, like yesterday's type of traffic would put you in there for like 4 or 5 hours.
Dashboard.
This is just perfect. You just be flipping from episode to episode until the traffic is over.
You know this kind of thing, when you're in traffic, have you ever had this experience when you're in traffic and then a car beside you, seriously honking, and then you're wondering, why are you so upset? Like,
calm down.
You know this kind of car, I can just look at the brother like, you don't know what I'm enjoying.
I saw this particular Dodge. So there's this particular Dodge and there's this area, there's this Dodge and they know the guy. The Dodge just sounds like power bike.
Yeah, it's really loud.
So when he comes out, the guy used to come out with pride. So you cannot even come near the car anyhow. If you're a tipper, you know that if you scratch this car, the paint alone can buy your tipper. So you have to be careful. So if you see this car on the road, you will not be...
You will see all around him, nobody will be near him.
At all.
They didn't send you to me.
I think we should start introducing some of these technologies in Nigeria. Self-driving cars, cars that also are electric cars as well. We have a few here, but not enough because of charging stations, obviously.
All right, there's still a little bit more. We have hydro loop, accessibility tech, and tech wearables. Let's take a look at them.
Recycler. Wastewater from the bathtub and other sources goes in. Clean water to flush toilets comes back in. That can recycle some 85% of water used at home, reducing water consumption by 45% according to the company. It's not cheap at $4,000, but the unit has the advantage of being a set-and-forget device. Not only were we taken with Hydroloop's mission, but as a
massive. Let's talk about both of them very fast. The Hydroloop is a water purification and recycling system. So it reduces water consumption in your house by 40%. It takes the water that you've even used, recycle it, and you can still use it.
Oof.
And then it purifies it and all of that. Just a system.
I remember the iconic picture from 3 years ago, I think 2015, when Bill Gates drank purified water
from WC, from a toilet.
From a toilet, and so his company invented the product, and then he was like, "Look, I'm going to prove to you that I can actually drink that water," and he did, because it had been not only recycled, but it was purified
and treated.
And that's what the future is going to be like, because there's water shortages, there's a drought in many places, famine in many locations. So if you can find something that can help to recycle water,
purify,
then I mean, by 40%, that's really, really amazing.
Wonderful. And then up next, you saw the hearing aid.
Yes.
It acts as a lot. It's your earpiece, it's a hearing aid. You can control, you have noise reduction. So it's as though you're using the software. You know how you use the software, and then you want to, so you can decide what should come in.
Great.
And what should go out.
That's amazing.
So if people are talking like...
I know Tope loves all these hearing devices and things like that. Is this something that you would get?
But I was going to give a sarcastic answer. I don't have hearing problem.
No, but this one, okay, so this one is a dual. It's not like, so for instance, you are in traffic. And so what happens is that there's a particular decibel level. It will shut out everything under that decibel. It's almost like your software, your music, say Audacity, you know, or SoundForge. What happens when you put a noise gate? It says, okay, every noise below this level, I'll shut it out.
Okay.
So you could actually be driving in traffic and it says any noise below this particular level, it will shut out the cacophony around you, and then you can hear people talking. It'll act like a software already in your ear,
so
and you can work on it.
I could hear, like, for instance, what people offset are talking about.
It depends on the range.
So
what happens? So so you can. So what happens is that voice levels at a particular level, you cut out those things. So if you've done a little bit of audio editing, you understand a bit better. It edits sound as you are hearing it. That's what happens.
Oh, great.
That's what happens.
That's amazing. That's
what happens. Okay, let's see if we have some time to look at some other tech wearables, fitness watch, and smart grilling. Oh, okay, we don't have time, but there's still so much more. Later on we'll probably get a look at all of that.